Hey, are you feeling defeated by every challenge? Sick of the setbacks knocking you down? Well, I've got simple tips to help you bounce back from any setback. Hey there, my name is Isai Rodriguez and I'm your friend. And this is where we build your leadership skills and your home business profits one actionable tip at a time. So hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's jump right into it today. So today we'll be talking about some simple tips to bounce back from any setback. Plain and simple. So if you're in direct selling, network marketing, or running, any type of home business, then this episode is for you. All right. So let's get started. And as usual, I like to start with a question. So have you ever felt like you're hitting a wall in your business? Maybe you had a bad day. Maybe, a deal fell through and just kind of broke down and went nowhere. Maybe, things just didn't go as planned, right? Maybe that one person you've been working with to recruit and push through the process into your business, for whatever reason, just decided to drop out of the process. It's frustrating for sure, right? Hey, I've been there. We've all been there. But here's the thing, is that setbacks don't have to stop you. They don't have to define you, right? They shouldn't stop you. They shouldn't define you, right? They can and should actually be like the stepping stones to your success story, right? Sounds interesting, right? Well, today I want to share with you some simple tips to help you bounce back from any setback and to help you keep moving forward, right? So let's break this down. First, let's talk about failing forward, right? So, we kind of mentioned that a couple of times, but what does that actually mean? Like we talk about failing forward a lot, but what does it in fact actually mean? Well, here's what I found and what I've learned through mentoring is that it's all about how you react to failure, right? You see, there's basically two ways to fail. You can either fail backward or you can fail forward, right? So let's dig in a little deeper. When you fail backward, you do goofy things. You do some funny things that you otherwise wouldn't, right? You might blame others for your mistakes. Then you repeat the same mistakes and even expect to continue failing, right? Or you may even say to yourself, like, yeah, I'm a failure. Like you just totally give up on yourself, right? But when you fail forward, this is totally different. It looks totally different, right? In fact, here's what failing forward actually looks like, right? So failing forward is essentially taking responsibility for your mistakes. Seriously, own your mistakes. That's the first part. Instead of blaming others, look for a lesson within that failure, right? Ask yourself, why did this happen? What could I have done differently, right? Failing forward is learning from each mistake, right? Again, treat every mistake as a lesson. What can you learn from it? How can you improve from it? Failing forward is knowing that failure is essentially part of the process, right? It's part of becoming successful. You have to get that in your head, period. You're gonna fail. That's just part of the process. And you have to understand that failure is not the end. It's not, it's not like a dead end. It's not where your business ends. It's part of your journey. It's part of you becoming a better person, becoming a person of value, right? Failing forward means maintaining a positive attitude always. Stay positive no matter what. Your mindset, like this can make a huge difference. Mentally preparing yourself for failure and framing failure as like just another step towards your goals. Doing that can and will go a long way in terms of, pushing through failure when it does happen, right? It also means challenging outdated assumptions, right? Like Don't be afraid to question old habits or try new things. You have to be willing to take risks. You can't grow without stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? So, yeah, I mean, failing forward, it means believing that something didn't work. Again, just because something didn't work, like, it doesn't mean that it never will work. Try again, but maybe with a new approach, right? You have to have grit. You have to have tenacity. You have to be tenacious. You have to have perseverance, right? Which leads me into the last point that I want to make, is that failing forward means persevering, all right? You keep going no matter how tough it gets. Perseverance is key to bouncing back when failure does happen, right? Without it, there is no bounce back, all right? Now, let's quickly put this into context of like your home business, direct selling, your direct selling business. So imagine that you've just lost a big sale, right? You've been riding high. You've been putting in some effort, working with someone, pushing someone through a process, and all of a sudden that deal just kind of dissolved, right? It disintegrated. It broke down. It went away. It like at that point, yeah, it's easy to feel defeated, right? But instead of seeing it as failure, let's see it as a learning opportunity, right? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? What was it like? Where did it break down? And what can I learn from that breakdown that I can potentially fix, tweak, and move forward from there, right? Maybe there was a miscommunication. Maybe your pitch needs some tweaking, right? Maybe your delivery was a little bit off, right? Maybe you need a slightly different approach to how you were framing things. Whatever it is, learn from it and move forward. Remember, it's all about having a teachable attitude. Be open to learning and growing every single day, because when you keep that teachable attitude, when you maintain that attitude of like, yeah, what can I learn? What can I do differently? When you have that outlook, that vision, that focus on life and your business, then you're eventually gonna turn every setback into a setup, and for a comeback, right? So here's my challenge for you today. Think about a recent setback that you experienced or that you had in your business. How did you respond to it? Think about that. Like, okay, this was the setback. How did I respond to that? What were the thoughts going through my head? How did they play out? And more importantly, how can you apply these tips, after you've figured out what it was that broke down and what didn't work? What can you learn from that? And then how can you apply these tips to bounce back and move forward? Seriously, write it down. Make a plan on how you're going to make it happen, how you're going to make it better for the next time around. Then run that idea by your mentor. Let them know what happened. Let them know what you're up to. Let them know that how you failed, what you learned from it, right? And how you plan to handle it moving forward. And then ask them for their advice, right? Like, this is what happened. This is where I was. This is where I think it broke down. And this is what I potentially see that I can fix moving forward. What do you think? Is that a good route? You know what I mean? Let them speak into you, okay? They might have some advice to help tweak your approach and make it just that much better, so that the next time that, you won't have that mistake. And that's essentially the goal. Every stumble becomes that, I'm not going to say a pivotal moment, but it's a moment to adjust, right? It's a moment to reflect. It's a moment to fix your sails, however you want to call it, and to, steer towards your goals, right? Anyway, there you have it, my friends. That's my tip for today. Remember, every failure is just a step closer to your success. So keep pushing forward, stay positive, and always stay teachable. All right. So if you found this episode helpful, if you found it inspiring, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And if you have any questions, any topics that you like to talk about, feel free to jot them down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow the link in the description for access to my free masterclass training, where I'll be showing you how you can get started with your own home business today. Until the next time, I want you to stay legendary, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Take care now. Bye.